Hello dear student. As we have discussed in our first lecture about introduction of ratios and types of ratio, we have already discussed gross profit ratio and its formula. Gross profit ratio means a ratio which shows relation between gross profit and sales. Sales means revenue from operation and gross profit means our income. The main formula to find gross profit ratio is gross profit upon net sales into 100. If they have not given net sales, then we will find by total sales minus sales return. If they have not given gross profit, then we will find by net sales minus cost of goods sold. And if they have also not given cost of goods sold in question, then we will find opening stock plus purchase expense minus closing stock, right? We have already discussed this in our last lecture. Let's discuss one sum. Page number 216, illustration number 1. Open. Calculate gross profit ratio from the given information of Z Company Limited. They have given the information. Sales of 2016 is 4,80,000 and sales for 2017 is 6 lakh. Gross profit is 1,20,000 for 16 and 1,18,000 for 17. We have to find gross profit ratio. In this question, they have already given net sales and gross profit. They have not given sales return. That means this sale is net sales. So, first of all, we'll write the formula gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit upon net sales into 100. GP ratio for 2016. Gross profit is 1,20,000 and sales is 4,80,000. So 1,20,000 upon 4,80,000 into 100 is equal to 25%. So this is the answer of GP ratio for 2016. Same will find GP ratio for 2017. GP ratio for 2017 is equal to 1,80,000 upon 6 lakh into 100 is equal to 30%. This is the answer for 2017. You have to write it down. Okay, let's discuss another sum. Page number 246. Question 4 in that 1. Determine gross profit ratio. They have given sales of rupees 10 lakh. And gross profit ₹3 lakh. They have given both gross profit and sales. That means we can directly apply gross profit ratio. Gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit upon net sales into 100. 3 lakh upon 10 lakh into 100 is equal to 30%. So our gross profit ratio is 30%. I am explaining again. Gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit upon net sales. They have already given gross profit and net sales. That's why we have directly applied this formula and we get the answer 30%. Means this company has earned 30% gross profit. Okay, let's discuss another sum. Page number 216. Illustration number 2. From the given information of O business entity, calculate gross profit ratio. They have given sales and cost of goods sold. Sales is 8 lakh 416 and 12 lakh 470 and cost of goods sold 6 lakh 416 and 10 lakh 470. See, they have tell us to find gross profit ratio, but in this question they have given sales but no sales return is given. That means this sale is our net sales and they have not given gross profit but they have given cost of goods sold. That means we have to find gross profit. So to find gross profit we have to apply this formula. Gross profit is equal to net sales minus cost of goods sold. So answer, gross profit is equal to sales minus cost of goods sold. In short, COGS. Sales is equal to 8 lakh and COGS for that year is 6 lakh. That means our gross profit is 2 lakh and gross profit for 2016 and now for 2017. Sales is 12 lakh and COGS is 10 lakh. That means gross profit is 2 lakh. Now we get gross profit and net sales. That means we can easily apply the formula and we can find gross profit ratio. So gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit upon net sales into 100. gross profit ratio for 2016 is equal to gross profit is 2 lakh and net sales is 8 lakh into 100 means we get the answer 25%. Next, gross profit ratio for 2017 is equal to gross profit is 2 lakh upon 12 lakh into 100 is equal to 16.67%. Again, I am discussing, they have not given gross profit. That's why first of all we have to find gross profit. Gross profit is equal to sales minus COGS. That's why we got gross profit for 16 is 2 lakh and gross profit for 17 is 2 lakh. Now we can apply the formula. Gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit upon net sales into 100. For 16, gross profit is 2 lakh, sales is 8 lakh into 100. That means we get the answer 25%. And for 17, gross profit is 2 lakh, sales is 12 lakh into 100. That means we get the answer 16.67. Write it down. Another sum, page number 246. Question 4 in that second. In this sum, they have given sales of rupees 15 lakh and COGS is 12 lakh. Again, they have not given gross profit. That means first we have to find gross profit. So formula for gross profit is net sales minus cost of goods sold. That means COGS. Net sales is equal to 15 lakh minus 12 lakh. So gross profit is 3 lakh rupees. Now we can find gross profit ratio. Gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit upon net sales into 100. Gross profit is 3 lakh, net sales 15 lakh into 100 is equal to 20%. That means our profitability ratio is 20%. Again, sales and COGS are given. First of all, we have to find gross profit and then we'll find gross profit ratio, and that is 20%. Understood? Let's discuss another sum. Page number 217. Page number 217 Illustration number 3. Information of 2 years of Q company is as follows. Calculate gross profit ratio. Particular 2016 and 2017. They have given sales return, opening stock, purchase expense and closing stock. So first they have given sales return, opening stock, purchase expense and closing stock. For 2016 and 2017. 2016 10 lakh 20,000, 20,000, 1 lakh 40,000, 6 lakh 30,000 and 1 lakh 60,000. For 17, 15 lakh 50,000, 50,000, 1 lakh 60,000, 8 lakh, 40,000 and 1 lakh 50,000. Answer. This is the question they have given. So they have given sales and sales return. That means we have to find net sales. And they have given opening stock, purchase expense and closing stock. That means we have to find COGS. Then we have to deduct COGS from net sales. First, we will find net sales. Net sales is equal to total sales minus sales return. So, first for 2016, net sales for 2016 is equal to total sale is 10 lakh 20,000 minus sales return 20,000. That means net sale is 10 lakh. Now for 2017, net sales for 2017. Total sale is 15 lakh 50,000 minus 50,000 sales return is equal to 15 lakh. That means we get net sales. Now we have to find cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold is equal to formula, that is opening stock plus purchase minus purchase return plus purchase return minus closing stock. So COGS for 2016 is opening stock is 1,40,000. Purchase 6 lakh. Purchase expense 30,000 minus 1,60,000. That means COGS is 6,10,000. Next, Singh will find COGS for 2017. COGS for 2017 is equal to opening stock is 1,60,000 plus purchase 8 lakh plus purchase expense 40,000 and minus closing stock 1,50,000. That means we get the answer 8,50,000. Now we got both net sales and COGS. That means we can find gross profit from that. Gross profit is equal to net sales minus COGS. Net sales 10 lakh minus COGS 460. So GP 460, 10 lakh minus 6 lakh 10,000 is equal to 3,90,000 and GP for 2017 is equal to 15 lakh minus 8,50,000. Means our answer is 6,50,000. Again, I am discussing. First of all, we have find net sales. Then we find cost of goods sold for 16 and 17, and after that we found gross profit. All three things we have found. Now we can apply the formula gross profit ratio because we have gross profit and net sales. Okay. So gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit upon net sales into 100. First, GP ratio for 2016 is equal to gross profit 3,90,000 upon our net sale was 10 lakh. So our into 100. So our answer is 39%. Same gross profit ratio for 2017 is equal to our gross profit is 6,50,000 and our net sale was 15 lakh into 100. That means our answer is 43.33%. Okay. So gross profit for 16 is 39% and 17 is 43.33%. That means we can say there is increase in gross profit or profitability of a firm from 39% to 43.33%. Write down. Next, page number 247. Page 247. Question 4 in that third. Page 246, question 4 in that 3. They have given sales of rupees 20 lakh, sales return 2 lakh, then opening stock 2,50,000, closing stock 3,50,000, purchase 12 lakh, purchase expense 50,000. Okay, and they say to find gross profit ratio. So first of all, we have to find net sales, net sales is equal to total sales minus sales return. So total sale is 20 lakh minus 2 lakh. So our net sale is 18 lakh. Now we have to find cost of goods sold. That means COGS is equal to, formula is opening stock plus purchase plus purchase expense minus closing stock. Opening stock is 2,50,000, purchase 12 lakh, purchase expense 50,000 minus closing stock 3,50,000. So our COGS is 11,50,000. We got both net sales and COGS. That means we can easily find gross profit. Gross profit is equal to net sales minus COGS. COGS. Net sales 18 lakh minus 11 lakh 50,000. That means we get 6 lakh 50,000. Now we have to find gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit upon net sales into 100. Gross profit is 6,50,000 upon net sales 18 lakh into 100. That means our answer is 36.11%. So gross profitability ratio is 36.11% for a firm. Once again, I am repeating. They have given sales and sales return. That means we have to find net sale. They have given opening stock, closing stock, purchase and purchase expense for COGS. If we get COGS and net sale, that means we can easily find gross profit, net sales minus COGS. Now we can apply the formula gross profit upon net sales into 100 and our answer is 36.11%. Write it down. Page 218. Illustration number 4. Sales return, purchase, purchase expense, change in stock. They have given information for 2 years, that is 2016 and 2017. For 2016 and 2017. For 2016, sales 10,20,000, sales return 20,000, purchase 6,30,000 and 20,000. Change in stock is in negative. Then for 2017, 15,50,000, 50,000, 8 lakh, 40,000 and 10,000. And they have said to find, they asked to find gross profit ratio. So first of all, we have to find net sales. Net sales is equal to total sales minus sales return. So net sales for 2016 is equal to 10,20,000 minus 20,000 is equal to 10 lakh. And net sales for 2017 is equal to 15,50,000 minus 50,000 is equal to 15. So we get net sale. Now we have to find COGS. Why? Because they have given purchase, purchase expense and change in stock. Change in stock means opening stock minus closing stock. So COGS is equal to purchase plus purchase expense plus change in stock. Here they have not given opening stock and closing stock, but they have given change in stock. Change in stock is equal to opening stock minus closing stock. That we have studied in unit 3, right? So we'll directly write plus change in stock. No need to write opening stock minus closing stock. So for the year 2016, COGS for 2016 is equal to purchase is 6 lakh plus purchase expense 30,000. Change in stock is in negative because they have given it in bracket. That means minus 20,000, or you can write 20,000 and into bracket plus into bracket 20,000, which means minus. So we'll directly write down, or we'll directly give minus sign, is equal to 6,10,000. Next, COGS for 2017. Purchase is 8 lakh plus purchase expense 40,000, and here change in stock is not in bracket, that means it is positive, so plus 10,000. So COGS for 17 is 8,50,000. Now we'll find gross profit. Gross profit is equal to net sales minus COGS. Net sales is 10 lakh minus COGS 6,10,000. That means 3,90,000 is our gross profit. That is GP for 2016. Now GP for 2017 is equal to net sales is 15 lakh minus COGS is 8,50,000. That means we get answer 6,50,000. That is gross profit for 2017. Now we have both gross profit and net sales. So we can apply the formula. Gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit upon net sales into 100. So GP ratio for 2016, gross profit is 3,90,000, net sales 10 lakh into 100. So GP for 16 is 39%. Now GP ratio for 2017. gross profit for 17 is 6,50,000 and net sales is 15 lakh. 6,50,000 upon 15 lakh into 100. So GP ratio for 17 is 43.33%. So we can say that as comparison of 16 and 17, gross profit ratio for 17 is increased from 39% to 43.33%, which shows increasing profitability of firm. This all sums are for gross profit ratio. Here the first point 1A, that is profitability ratios. There are 4 profitability ratios as we have discussed: gross profit ratio, operating ratio, operating profit ratio and net profit ratio. So first point 1A, gross profit ratio is completed. Now we'll learn second, but before that write this sum. One B, operating ratio. Operating ratio is expense based ratio. In this ratio we find the relation between operating expenses and sales. So this ratio shows proportion between operating expense or operating cost and net sales. So the formula to find operating ratio is operating ratio is equal to COGS, means cost of goods sold, plus operating expense upon net sales into 100. As we have discussed, to find GP ratio, the formula is gross profit upon net sales into 100. So to find operating ratio, the formula is COGS plus operating expense upon net sales into 100. So in this question, they have already given COGS. No need to find COGS. If they have not given, then we already know the formula: opening stock plus purchase expense minus closing stock. And second one is operating expense. To find operating expense, is equal to administrative expense plus sales and distribution expense plus employees benefit expenses plus depreciation plus amount written off. Administrative expense means office related expenses. Sales and distribution expense means सेल्स करने के लिए और डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने के लिए जो एक्सपेंसेस होते हैं वो. एम्प्लॉइज बेनिफिट एक्सपेंस विच मीन्स सैलरी, बोनस. This all expenses we have discussed in Unit 3 in statement of P&L, depreciation and amount written off. इन पांचों को मिला के हम फाइंड कर सकते हैं ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंस और this all expenses are known as operating expenses, others are known as non-operating expenses. So in this operating ratio we have to find only two formula, or there is only two formula. First one, operating ratio is equal to COGS plus operating expense upon net sales into 100. That is the main formula. And if they have not given operating expense in the question, then we have to apply this formula. Now I am telling you one formula which is not useful in this, right? But which will apply in next method, that is operating profit ratio. So operating cost is equal to, see, there is difference between operating expense and operating cost. Operating expense means admin expense, sales and distribution expense, employee benefit expense, depreciation and amount written off. But operating cost is equal to COGS plus operating expense. So we can say operating expense are part of operating cost, or we can directly write operating cost upon net sales into 100. But we'll apply this formula, COGS plus operating expense, not operating cost. Okay, write it down. Now we'll do sums related to operating ratio, but this is expense based ratio. So if we get the minimum percentage, means answer should be in decreasing order, then it is favorable to our business. But if it is in increasing order, then it will be unfavorable to our firm. First, page 219, illustration number 5. Page 219, illustration number 5. From the following information, calculate operating ratio of E company. They have given cost of goods sold 4,80,000, COGS 4,80,000, then operating expense 1,20,000. Operating expense 1,20,000. Then financial expense 1 lakh. And then sales 8 lakh. See, they have not given sales rate, which means the given sales is net sales. Then they have already given COGS, then operating expense and financial expense. Our formula is operating ratio is equal to COGS plus operating expense divided by net sales into 100. So there is no use of financial expenses over here. They have given just to confuse you. Okay, so we'll write formula. We can directly apply the formula, right? So operating ratio is equal to COGS plus operating expense upon net sales into 100. COGS is 4,80,000 plus operating expenses 1,20,000 upon net sales, that is 8 lakh into 100. 4,80,000 plus 1,20,000, total 6 lakh upon 8 lakh into 100. Our answer is 75%. So operating expenses of a firm is 75%. See, operating ratio is expense based ratio, which means expenses of a firm are 75% from sales. If total sale is 100% and our expenses are 75%, then our operating profit is 25%, 100 minus 75. Next, our C point, 1C, that is operating profit ratio. We can find by this way also. Total sales 100%, operating ratio 75%. Then our operating ratio is 75%. Then our operating profit ratio is 25%, which we'll learn in next point. But right now I am telling you this. So this is the first sum related to operating ratio. Other sums related to this ratio we'll learn in our next video lecture. Till then, all the best, stay home, stay safe, and yes, you have to do all this sum in your fair book. Don't forget that.